Who wants a Fantastic Four scoop? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and I'm here with an exclusive about Marvel's Fantastic Four. Now, it has to be said, even before I get anything, it's so early still. This script is still being written. They aren't finalizing the cast yet, but they have begun the casting process of who the types of people they are looking for. And they've also canceled out certain actors that I think a lot of you were hoping would be in it. So I want to break down this news, which I did in tandem with Phantom Wire. I love the guys over at Phantom Wire. Go check out phantomwire.com or Phantom Wire News on Facebook for all your pop culture movie news. But I wrote an article there. You can check it out as well. Before we get to the piece of it, let's break things down. Now, this was obviously announced officially back in December of 2020, where Marvel announced the Fantastic Four film was coming, directed by John Watts. This was sort of a big reveal. Like, what? It's finally? Yes. We still are waiting for a lot more information, but they clearly just wanted to get out there that it's happening. But that's all we got. At the end of this Investor Day presentation, all we got was a logo and that they were bringing one of Marvel's most iconic families to the big screen by Spider-Man director John Watts. Now, on to the story itself. What do we know so far? Now, again, it's early. It's early. Now, the two people that fans have wanted the most, this has been, and I've seen it, I was one of them. I was vocal about it. John Krasinski as Reed Richards and Emily Blunt as Sue Storm has been dream fan casting for a long time now. And I got to say, when I heard it, I was like, you know what? They would be great. That would be really fun to see them in this. A little bit older. They could have the kid characters that show up in the comics. And I was all for this. Sadly, I can confirm, guys, this casting is not happening. This is strictly fan casting. They are not doing this. In fact, Emily Blunt said as much, so this isn't the scoop, but back a few weeks ago, she confirmed this to Howard Stern, saying that the rumors are exhausting. The genre is exhausted, is what she said specifically. In fact, I think I have the quote pulled here more. They're not. She said that after being up for Black Widow and Iron Man 2, she flat out said superhero movies aren't for her. They're not up my alley. I don't like them. I really don't. It's been exhausted. We are inundated. It's not only all the movies, it's the endless TV shows as well. It's just, not to say that I'd never want to play one. I would just have to be something so cool and like a really cool character, and then I'd be interested. But, I mean, she's taking clear shots at the fact that the genre is exhausted, not just the movies, but all those TV shows, Disney Plus, and that, etc. She took a serious knock at the MCU there. So, look, I thought that maybe this was just, a trick to sort of distract us. I kept thinking maybe she's going to do it. Maybe they are going to make the announcement. No. Sadly, I can say our sources tell us, to quote them, 1,000% they will not be part of the Fantastic Four. So, if they're out, then who's in? Who are they casting if they're not casting the Fantastic Four? Now, looking back at the cast we've had, the original Fantastic Four lineup, Chris Evans, before he was Captain America, he was Johnny Storm, Human Torch. And then we had Michael Chiklis as The Thing, Ben Grimm. And then we had Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. And then, is it Ian? I don't know how to say it. Grufford? Iod Grufford? He's Scottish. Sorry, I'm totally butchering it. As Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. That was when we got in two different versions from 20th Century Fox, which some people have come around and really liked this version, which surprises me. I wasn't a big fan. But what did you guys think of them? Then came this version from Josh Trank, where we had Miles Teller, and then we had was it Kate Mara? I think that's Kate Mara, right? Sometimes Rooney Mara is the other one who's married to Joaquin Phoenix. And then Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, and then it was Jamie Bell, I believe, as Ben Grimm, The Thing, is who was cast in this younger version of Fant4stick, as we called it, Fant4stick. And there was some outrage at Michael B. Jordan because they race swapped it, and I didn't care at all. They did still play siblings. In the comics, Johnny and Sue are siblings, but they just were adopted siblings. And apparently, it wasn't always going to be that way. Fantastic Four director had pitched for a black Sue Storm, but got heavy pushback back in the day. Kate Mara was going to be there, but there was a lot of controversial conversations that were had behind the scenes on that. I was mostly interested in a black Sue Storm, a black Johnny Storm, and a black Franklin Storm. Trank said to Geeks of Color, but when you're dealing with a studio on a massive movie like that, everybody wants to keep an open mind as to who the big stars are going to be. Maybe it'll be Margot Robbie or something like that. When it came down to it, I found a lot of pretty heavy pushback casting a black woman in that role. And so he talks about how that project was the most disastrous professional experience of his life. And I think everyone agrees this was not the best film. We were so close to getting him to the honest trailer for Fantastic. I don't know if you know that, guys. It was so close. Even Kevin Smith reached out on our behalf to try and talk him into it. And he considered it, and then it just ultimately never happened. But that was one I was so wish we could have done. It would have been so fun to have him do that. Anyway, so what's the scoop? Andy, why do you keep delaying? Let's get to the meat of this article. Well, not to bury the lead, but while we don't know who they're casting because it's still early, we were giving an update on the type of actors they're currently looking for, and here's what our Marvel source, who I trust has been giving us a lot of correct information. This Marvel source said this to me directly. Marvel wants most, if not all, 4 members to be diverse. So they are looking to specifically cast people of color. They also want this new team to be younger, age 20 to 30. They plan to keep Sue and Johnny as actual siblings this time in the same race, but they are open to mixing all races and casting this family. For example, Human Torch and Invisible Woman could be Latino, allowing Mr. Fantastic to be black or Asian. They really are open. They want to diversify this cast. Is sort of he was throwing out. This is not to quote. This is what they're going to do, but they are being completely open. What do they call blue sky on the casting to make sure there's total colorblind casting. It doesn't matter what race these people are, but they really want to make sure they're, I guess, not white is really what they're trying to say here. Now, that doesn't mean one of them could be, and maybe Ben Grimm ends up being the white guy. He ends up being a rock monster anyway, so it seems weird to whatever he is, he's going to turn into a rock. But I imagine this news here, this will spur some woke-tastic 4. Look, I don't personally care. This stuff never really bothers me. It's always interesting, though, to know that what their casting intention is before the even script is finished. And that's really why I wanted to put this out there for people to just be aware. Things could change. Things could obviously change, but they're clearly going younger. So if you wanted to see the kids in it, like, Reed and Sue's kids, it doesn't seem like that's a possibility. While whether it's an origin story or not, it's still too early to get that information out directly. But the thing that they are being adamant about, I'm told at Marvel, is diversity is the most important thing. Let's make sure we cast a wide swath of people in this, diversify this family. Multiple races if they can, to really do what they want. So again, something that they apparently tried, Josh Trank wanted to do back in, when was this, 2015, and the studio wouldn't let him. And so now this Marvel's going to try, it seems, do their part to say, you know what, we are going to do that. We are going to change that up. Look, this is going to upset some fans. I don't see how we can be upset until we see it. I got to see the movie. I got to see who the actors they pick are. I don't really care at all. I just don't care. But, I do get frustrated when we start casting people based on their race before we've even written a script. I do have a problem with that. It's like, just can we focus on the story first? Let's not make it part of the marketing. And now, granted, this was leaked from a source. This isn't Marvel's marketing, so I don't think we can complain that they're being woke just yet. They want to do it. They want to diversify the team, and that's their right, their choice. But some people are going to take this, I imagine, and run with it. But I wanted to put it out there just so we have the facts of what they're currently planning on, and that they were planning on it this early in advance. So I'm told. Now. Could change. Things could change. Again, he did make a point. I'm like, are they making a point that all 4 of them are different ethnicities? And he said, well, majority of them. So at least 3 of them is what that means. And it sounds like all of them also could be. But we shall find out. It sounds like they want Mr. Fantastic and the brother sister to be not white. And then it sounds like maybe the Thing is sort of anybody. And they open call that for anybody who wants to be it, which is pretty much a mocap or voice role anyway. So we'll see what ends up happening. So What do you guys think of that news? Does that get you more excited, less excited? Do you care? Should we care? Is this even a story? What do you think of all this? On top of that, are you sad that John Krasinski and Emily Blunt are not going to be a part of this film, that they are definitively out? Who do you want to see cast in this, given now this new information? Let's put your fan casting ideas down below. Also, you can hit that subscribe button right there, smash that bell for all alerts, and smash that like button because we got lots more scoops coming this week on this channel. So leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and stay tuned. We got a couple good ones coming, so you're not going to want to miss them. I've been pre-taping stuff this week because I'm out on vacation with my family. So hopefully you watched, enjoyed. Thanks so much. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.